It is not clear if the two will meet during Trump's visit. Trump will spend significant time on the island. He is due in Las Vegas on Wednesday to meet with people affected by Sunday's mass shooting. For 72-year-old Angel Negroni of Guanamatos, the situation has begun to improve as floodwaters receded from his neighborhood, located 20 minutes from San Juan. Locals could occasionally get spotty cellular service, an improvement from the communication vacuum of days earlier. And he can trade his neighborhood's restored municipal water for ice made by a friend's generator-powered freezer. "It's better now," said Negroni, while standing on his covered porch on Monday, cooking fish on a propane-powered camping stove. "We're okay." At least 5.4% of customers in Puerto Rico had their power restored by mid-morning on Monday, according to the U.S. Energy Department, with San Juan's airport and marine terminal and several hospitals back on the power grid. It said the head of Puerto Rico's power utility expects 15% of electricity customers to have power restored within the next 2 weeks. Mobile phone service is still elusive. The U.S. Federal Communications Commission said on Monday 88.3% of cell phone sites, which transmit signals to create a cellular network, were out of service, virtually unchanged from 88.8% on Sunday. FEMA Administrator Brock Long, on a trip to the island on Monday, said things were improving with traffic moving and businesses reopening. "I didn't see anybody in a life-threatening situation at all," he told reporters. "We have a long way to go in recovery," adding that rebuilding Puerto Rico is going to be a Herculean effort. Gas flowing nearly 2 weeks after the fiercest hurricane to hit the island in 90 years, everyday life was still severely curtailed by the destruction. The ramping up of fuel supplies should allow more Puerto Ricans to operate generators and travel more freely. "We've been increasing the number of gas stations that are open," Governor Ricardo Rossello said at a news briefing, with more than 720 of the island's 1,100 gas stations now up and running. Puerto Rico relies on fuel supplies shipped from the mainland United States, and distribution has been disrupted by the bad state of roads. Within the next couple of days, Rossello expects 500,000 barrels of diesel and close to 1 million barrels of gasoline to arrive on the island. All of Puerto Rico's primary ports have reopened, but many still have restrictions, according to the U.S. Department of Energy. "The flow is coming, gasoline is getting here," Rossello said. "We have been able to reduce the time that it takes to get gasoline and diesel at different stations." Federal and local authorities were working together to keep 50 hospitals operational, and Rossello said the U.S. Navy hospital ship Comfort would arrive in Puerto Rico between Tuesday and Wednesday. Running out of cash after filing for the largest U.S. local government bankruptcy on record in May, Puerto Rico owes about $72 billion to creditors and another $45 billion or so in pension benefits to retired workers. What little cash it has is now being diverted to emergency response while it works to secure aid from the federal government. The grinding halt to the economy will delay a fiscal recovery plan and negotiations with creditors. "There is no cash on hand. We have made a huge effort to get to $1 billion in cash," Rossello said in the interview. "But let me tell you what $2 billion means when you have zero collection. It's basically a month government's payroll, a little bit more." Trump's administration is preparing to ask Congress for $13 billion in aid for Puerto Rico and other areas hit by natural disasters, congressional sources said. The island's recovery will likely cost more than $30 billion.